Hey guys, how we doing today?
Morning, friends.
Joe here.
Kevin.
All right, Jeff, our good friend Jeff. You bought the movie Cabaret.
1972, the Broadway production adapted for film, starring Liza Minnelli, I believe, in an Oscar-winning role.
Yeah.
I looked it up as a curiosity when she was showing up on Arrested Development.
Yes.
Great.
Ever since we saw the Cabaret shout out on Schitt's Creek, where they did Cabaret,
did the stage production. Yeah.
I've been wanting to watch it.
Sure.
Musicals and me, kind of mixed bag. I love old school musicals. So I have a feeling I'm really gonna like this movie. The newer ones I'm kind of allergic to. Not a big fan of the newer musicals. Spielberg's West Side Story was phenomenal, but I haven't watched a whole lot.
It was really good. I haven't watched a lot of them either. I did love the Spielberg West Side Story, and from what I've seen of Emilio Perez, I think I'm just out on musicals for a while. I've not watched the movie.
I've seen clips of it.
I've seen clips, and I'm like, musical?
Problematic issues with the film aside.
Right.
The music in it looks bad.
That was me. Now, I had a friend that watched it because I said, hey, you're going to watch this thing? Because I've heard all the controversy around it. And he hadn't heard the controversy. He's like, I watched it. I kind of liked it. And I'm like, okay. I've seen enough clips of the music that I was like, I don't know that I would enjoy this at all. Controversy aside with that, I'm probably never going to watch it.
Sure. My roommate watched 20 minutes of it. He's a big movie guy too, and he's like, "Nope."
It's not for everybody.
Absolutely not. But this movie is interesting too because this famously beat Francis Ford Coppola in the Best Director spot in 1972.
That's nuts to me. No hate for Bob Fosse, but that's nuts to me.
Yes,
it's The Godfather.
It's The Godfather.
Right.
And now here's the fun part, right? So 72, Fosse has Cabaret, and Coppola had The Godfather. 74, Fosse and Coppola are back at the Oscars with Godfather 2, where Coppola wins, and then Fosse had Lenny. That I need to watch because of Miss Maisel. And then in 79, they're back for the third time, and neither one of them win, and it's All That Jazz and Apocalypse Now.
What did win?
I think it was Kramer versus Kramer.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So another pretty successful.
Yeah, the 70s best decade.
70s the best decade for filmmaking, for sure.
Yeah.
I need to see Kramer versus Kramer as well. I have not. All right, we should go and jump into this. I want to thank all of our Patreon subscribers for being here with us. I want to give a special thank you to our super patrons, Actuarial Lurker, Balash Fuldez, Chris, Derek Peterson, Jamie Morgan, my man Jeff, Christy Goverston, NJ, Sudagunda Varapu, Torgir Linkstad, and WerePanda47. As always, guys, we are so glad you're here with us. Thank you so much.
Yes. And if you're watching us on YouTube for the first time, welcome to our channel.
Hello.
If you might hit the like button for us, please leave us a comment down below and hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on the new content we've coming your way.
If you would like to see a full-length reaction to this and everything else we've watched or we're currently watching, please check out the link in the description below for our Patreon page. Everything on Patreon, due to copyright law, you're going to have to sync and watch along on your own source material. You'll only see and hear us. Oh, and that reminds me, before we start, I also should say that in college, I watched the Alan Cumming version of Cabaret for a class. Like, we had to go at 7 o'clock at night to the theater, all the sections of whatever course this was, and watch it. I don't remember it at all, but 20 years ago, I watched a different production of it.
Sure. Now, me being a big fan of The Godfather, I'm still very excited to see this movie.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I doubt we're going to come out of this saying, boo, you're not the Godfather.
Yeah.
I'm not that kind of monster.
More headless horses.
Yeah. With most musicals, I end up with the music stuck in my head for days afterwards, so I'm wondering what the song in this one, is it going to be the title song?
Right.
Or is it going to be something else that is locked in my head,
And I've even forgotten.
Till spring.
I've forgotten the music from the show they did in Schitt's Creek.
Yeah, I don't remember any of the music. Besides the Cabaret. That's all I remember.
But there is a difference between stage production and film.
Hugely, yeah. You do a lot of different things.
I saw Jersey Boys live, and then when the Clint Eastwood movie came out, I was like, oh, I didn't like that.
Right.
The production was way better.
I like that they're giving credits to the stage producers too.
There's a mini-series that came out, I think in 2019, where Sam Rockwell played him.
Oh, really?
And I think it's, oh my God, Michelle Williams is also in it too. Fosse Verdon.
I like how we have a refracted look, I'm assuming, through chandelier or cocktail glasses or something.
I was thinking cocktail glass, yeah. Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah. It's a good reveal. It's like Island of Misfit Toys.
Willkommen, bienvenue Welcome.
I like the tone so far.
Yeah, I do too. It's like I just watched Touch of Evil, and that low up camera shot on everybody kind of looks like that.
Oh.
Michael York?
Yes, okay.
Leave
Okay, this
your
guy can bring it.
troubles outside. So, life is disappointing.
Crazy how still everybody is, isn't it?
Yeah,
like in the audience.
It's like a painting.
Yeah.
That backlighting, yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
The silhouettes. You see, classic musicals just had a different charm to them.
For sure.
This is great.
It's like when I watched Singing in the Rain. It's like there's a different talent level that they really brought.
That is the musical.
Yeah.
Fred Astaire, right?
Gene Kelly.
Gene Kelly, thank you.
Getting shades of Madeline Kahn in Blazing Saddles.
Right, yeah, okay, I see that. Wow.
That's really cool.
That's impressive, yeah.
See, I think as a choreographer, it's one thing to choreograph all the dance and everything, but to have to choreograph the camera with it.
Then you add a camera to the mix.
It's so much harder. It's like adding a dimension to,
Yeah, man. And that's what's impressive about Fosse is like you can bring the technical aspect to dance.
Yeah.
Throw a camera in the mix. Oh my god.
Right.
Who did Cumming play in the production, the stage production? Was he this guy?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He was the MC.
I got you. I bet he crushed that.
I think he got a Tony for it.
Oh wow.
Fräulein Schneider nix zu Haus. Have you a cigarette, darling? I am desperate.
I was told there might be a room to rent here. Not too expensive,
He's got a great voice.
He does.
I'm Sally Bowles.
I'm Brian Roberts.
Come in, Brian, darling. Marvelous lodgers. Everybody's broke, of course, but who isn't these days?
That's true. The world economy is in shambles at that point.
Yep.
What else do you need in a bedroom besides a bed?
Pupils.
Well, look, you can use my room for that. See? Practically a suite. You'll adore these. Prairie oysters, darling. It's an egg with Worcestershire sauce all sort of whooshed up together.
No.
No thanks. How do you make a raw egg worse?
These work instantly, even on the most sinister hangovers. Prairie oysters.
Nope. I don't even know if he has a hangover. Why are you taking a hangover cure? I don't know if the guy's had a drink.
Peppermint prairie oyster.
Oh, you got the toothpaste glass.
Oh! Worcestershire sauce, raw egg, and toothpaste?
That's the worst. That might just ruin your day, I think.
Yeah. It's like I'll never drink anything again.
And I'm going back to bed.
Jet international sensation, Fräulein Sally Bowles.
She's lovely.
Yeah,
really
she's beautiful.
We're so
Way
used-
out of Buster's league.
I was going to say, yeah. We're still used to seeing her as Lucille Stero.
Right. With vertigo.
You have to understand the way I am, mein Herr.
What a powerful voice.
I know.
Farewell, mein lieber Herr.
This is great.
Yeah.
I love this.
I feel like that chair is like screwed down to the floor.
It has to be.
Because that seems dangerous.
Right, yeah. She's like a cat.
Yeah. Nice.
Wow. I'm so floored by that.
Fritz is crazy to improve his English so he can dazzle fat American divorcees.
Sally.
And I said you might pay him to give him lessons. Got to try one of these. They're absolutely devastating. I'm sure they're filled with opium.
It's like I wouldn't trust her to give me anything ever again after
No,
that shot.
Oh, you're not mistaking me. We do not sleep on each other.
Sleep on
That is
each other.
correct. On? Her father, you know, is a big ambassador from Washington.
Is that why she's there?
And soon with her, I think I'm entering the high diplomatic circles.
Wow, pro wrestling was fake in the 1930s too.
Oh, yeah. Probably less so then. Yeah.
Right.
The Nazis. Soon I am with a tin cup, too.
I was kind of wondering if the Nazi Party was going to become much of a thing in the film.
Sure. Was it 31 when that...
They were around, yeah, they were around like the 20s, I think.
Look at this editing, though. The way
Yeah,
they're
it's
cutting.
crazy. Yeah,
It's just chaos.
yeah. Oh, they're kicking the Nazis out. Yeah, this is going to be a thing because now they can kick him out, but I bet later in the movie they
I was going
can't.
to say, how long
Yeah.
does that last? Yeah.
Right. Well, I know some Republicans who'd be freaking out at this scene right now, losing
God, I know.
themselves.
Yeah.
Nancy Mace would explode.
I suppose you're wondering what I'm doing working in a place like the Kit Kat Club.
Well, it is a rather unusual place.
Okay.
Well, when I left Cambridge,
I'm going to be a great film star.
Tell me everything. Let me interrupt you.
Since Mother died, we're even closer.
he's an ambassador, I understand.
Who told you that? He dashes all over the globe on momentous affairs of state.
I wish I could read German.
Me too.
These posters are fascinating me back
are.
there.
I feel like they're probably telling.
Yeah.
Have you ever slept with a dwarf?
Once, but it wasn't a lasting relationship.
She stopped at that. He actually gave her a shocking answer that shocked her.
One of these days, Max Reinhardt's going to drift into the club. Well, you never know.
Stand-ups have gotten hired on Saturday Night Live from people wandering into their sets.
For sure. Or a bar. We saw that
Yeah.
on Saturday night.
Was it the thrill of the vibrations here?
It's very Talladega Nights.
Yeah.
That's my leg.
I forgot about that.
Don't be so British.
Get up on it. Here comes the train.
Yeah. Oh.
Nice cut.
Whoa. Wow, that was quite an edit.
Right?
I couldn't even tell who was getting beaten there.
No. Well, no.
No,
somebody's
there is an actual. Okay, yeah.
Oh, it is the.
It's the guy that kicked out the Nazi. This is really good
Oh my
editing.
gosh. It's interesting juxtaposition.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's dead.
Jeez.
Now, look, he's got this book, and it's got to be translated. And I told him what a famous writer
Oh,
you are.
she's really helping him out.
50 mark.
This book, I assure you, is most artistic and
25 marks in advance, right?
It's a lot in the morning.
Yeah. Hey, she's a great roommate if you're a freelancer like this.
Yeah. I think she's a free spirit, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
I know Flapper Girl is more 20s, but
Right.
like she does have that vibe, doesn't she?
A little bit, yeah.
50 marks. Not bad, huh? What's this one called?
Cleo, the whip lady.
Anything. Reason to death.
Oh, it's a cuddle move.
Already, okay.
Hold me.
It's like that's my business.
Yep. I don't think he's
No,
interested.
he's not into it. No. Set the mood.
Doesn't my body drive you wild with desire? Maybe you just don't sleep with girls.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a really good reason.
I do not sleep with girls. I've gone through the motions of sleeping with girls exactly 3 times.
I like that she's like accepting
for
of it,
sure,
you know,
yeah.
especially in the 30s.
You're absolutely my best friend. Friends are much harder to find than lovers.
Friends.
Okay, Sally.
Yeah, I really feel like the sense of doom hanging over this. Like the Nazis aren't going to like any of this.
No.
Who's the new pupil? Natalia Landauer.
Okay, let's see this girl.
Landauers are enormous rich Jews. I shall make a pass after her.
What if she's fat and hideous?
If I marry her, partnership perhaps.
You said you wouldn't be back until 4.
You must have a drink this instant.
Sally,
Those eggs are looking at me.
Yeah.
Sally, please. 3 marks an hour.
Honestly.
He's like, I'll buy something else besides gin later.
Right. I'll get you a bottle.
Let me just teach this guy.
Excuse me.
How fat? How fat?
That's a good callback.
Love that. Yeah. Just been thinking about it.
Yeah.
And she's
Good
gorgeous.
afternoon.
Anyway, yeah.
How nice to see you again.
It's nice to see you again.
My friends were just leaving.
No. I'm delighted to stay, Brian.
Yeah. She meets the requirements.
Herr Wendel, Fräulein Landauer. This is Miss Sally Bowles.
How do you do?
Oh, Self-conscious, not rich.
You are all healthy, I hope.
A cold from the nose is most aggravating.
This was a cold of the bosom. All the phlegm was here.
All the what?
Phlegm?
It's most amusing.
Oh my God, man.
Very amusing.
As a playboy, he's not doing great.
No.
Please, you must take a cake, dearest miss.
I am not eating between meals.
I am eating between meals.
The most awkward cocktail party
Oh
ever.
my gosh. Of all time, yeah.
Tea party.
I saw a film the other day about syphilis. Oh, it was too awful. I couldn't let a man touch me for a week.
Oh my God.
Is it true you can get it from kissing?
Oh, yes.
Darling, what is the German
I
word?
don't remember.
Oh, yes.
Oh, no.
Bumsen.
Would be the one German word you pronounce perfectly.
Well, I ought to.
Oh my God.
How's the Gigolo campaign going?
Not great.
Terrible.
Yeah.
I think I'm falling in love with her.
Oh my
Oh, I'm
gosh.
so sorry.
So am I.
Hopefully it works out.
Right.
You can retire.
Überfallen und misshandelt. Es gelang der Polizei, 3 Nazis zu verhaften.
They were talking about Nazis there. I don't understand German at all.
I like that it's in the background.
Yeah.
Off to the Adlon. See my sexy, marvelous, devastating father.
Good luck.
Noch eine wichtige Durchsage.
And she is a force, isn't she?
She really is. She's knocking this out of the park.
Yeah.
It really has been sublime.
I don't feel like she was into that. She didn't meet him halfway.
No.
He had to crawl over the dog,
through the dog,
basically.
yeah.
Sally says you ought to pounce.
Pounds?
Well, throw on a couch or something.
You do what Sally says and you end up, I think, in the prison cell.
Yeah.
yeah.
If, on that count, yeah.
I waited at the Adlon till 10.
Oh, she got stood up.
When I got back, there was this. Sorry, schedule revised
Yep.
at last minute. Writing, love. 10 words. Exactly. After 10, it's extra. You see,
Oh.
Daddy thinks of these things. I'll show him! I'll become a big film star!
Oh, that's sad.
It is.
Is that he just doesn't care.
You're a perfectly marvelous girl.
Oh, no!
I'm glad they have each other. This is
Yeah,
really
no
nice.
kidding.
This is really nice.
Do you really think so? I mean, really?
Yeah, that's really nice to have that little bit of validation
I
there.
was gonna say, yeah, she's looking.
She was
for validation
spiraling.
in all the wrong places.
Yeah. Really great lighting here.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Honest to God, I forgot this is a musical because it's been so long
Yeah.
since we had a musical number.
I'm glad it's not all music. That way,
Right,
we can
for
actually,
sure.
we can put it on YouTube.
You're right.
Maybe this time.
They sang that. This is the one that
Yeah.
Stevie sang, isn't
Yeah,
it?
She
Okay,
knocked it
yeah.
out of the park.
Obviously, those 3 girls were just the
the
wrong
wrong
3
three
girls. Love won't hurry.
I feel like it'd be hard as an actor to do another production of this afterwards, like without being
Yeah,
compared.
when this exists.
It's just like, when they remake The Godfather eventually, which they will. Who's going to play Michael Corleone and not feel like an idiot?
You can't. You
Right.
just can't do it. I think some films are. You can't remake some films.
I agree.
Not a loser.
I always thought that about Catcher in the Rye. People have talked about making a movie, which it's almost. I think it's almost unfilmable. But also, like, what little 16-year-old punk would ever think he could pull off Holden Caulfield on screen? Of course, there's going to be one.
That is incredible.
Yeah, she's got such a big voice.
It's gotta happen sometime.
She can belt.
That is a movie star.
Yeah,
God, movies are great.
yeah, yeah.
Hey, what's going on?
I just told him that I had the teeniest touch of syphilis.
The teeniest.
The teeniest touch. Yeah.
A load of what little old Elky's got.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. That's just fun writing.
Yeah.
You will eat food, please.
Oh, thank you.
I like the commentary on class as well.
For sure.
Because I know no other young woman who is giving her body frequently to men.
Oh my god. That was blunt.
Fritz Wendel has declared love for me. Parents are from the house. And we are seated here. Suddenly,
Oh,
tossed
yeah.
aside the formalities. There is fire, there is passion.
Oh, my God. He made love to you.
On my father's library sofa.
Oh, wow.
Even for that, he is showing no respect.
That's not great.
Equal passion in me.
Oh.
And since then, I think only of him. Is this love? Or mere infatuation of the body?
I think it's the latter.
I do too. Or Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah.
He has asked me to marry him. Say to my fathers that I'm marrying a man who is perhaps a fortune hunter. And a Christian, too.
I have a sneaking suspicion by the end of the movie she's going to be losing all her money anyway.
Yeah.
What is this Hollywood thing? I just watched Gone with the Wind, where if you grab a woman and force her, she'll like it. Like, who came up with that
That's
idea?
a very old sentiment. I think it has to do with a lot of repression and how men used to view women. It's kind of gross, honestly.
Yeah.
You can't marry him. You can't give him up. Vache.
Entschuldigen Sie, mein Fräulein, ich glaube, das gehört Ihnen.
Huh?
Oh, I think you dropped this.
I want my laundry back by Tuesday.
Junge Dame möchte bitte bis Dienstag, 12 Uhr, das ist Schwanz.
Thank you so much.
Maximilian von Heune.
Sally Bowles.
Let's see, is he a good guy or a bad guy?
Right. Yeah.
Money makes the world go around, the world go around, the world go around.
And Brian is not rich.
No, he's not. I'm not sure who the actor is playing the MC,
I don't either.
but he's stealing the movie from me.
Yeah. I like the sexualization of money in this.
Yeah,
It's really on the nose appropriate.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've seen people do that.
to get that effect.
Yeah. Sounds like a theremin music.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want to be the master of. Can I be a virtuoso in the theremin? I think that'd be awesome.
It reminds me of the One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest score.
Yeah. I feel like this guy's going to be a bad guy.
Nazi.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Kind of like
divine.
Blonde hair and
I'll never
everything.
drink anything else.
kind of like Frederick Zoller.
Yeah.
Darling, he's a baron. He never even told me. Class. Don't worry, I can handle him. Trust me. Just trust me, darling.
So you think Brian ends up falling for her, or you think they're just gonna stay friends?
Oh, no. I think we've already passed that point.
Well, they slept together. That's what.
Yeah. No, I'm saying I think they're in a relationship. I don't think he's going to fall for her. I think he's past that point.
Gotcha.
I had a marvelous time last night.
So did I.
Yeah. What are you doing here?
Yeah. This is not invasive or creepy in any way.
You see, there's somebody next to me, right?
You came into my bedroom to pour me champagne in the middle of the morning. Lines are being crossed.
Wake up. We have a visitor. 3:30.
Sorry, Brian, we are late.
Oh, darling, we had the most glorious time.
We didn't stop laughing.
Don't open your eyes.
I don't consider myself possessive, but this is too far.
Right? Like,
Buying her gifts and everything.
Max really knows how to corrupt a girl.
I try.
Not only did I get
mean anything?
this glorious pelts, I got perfume. We didn't get anything for Brian.
There it is.
I'm afraid I had no time to have it wrapped. What on earth makes you think I'd accept that? To give me pleasure.
Max loves buying things.
Lines are being crossed. Sorry, Brian.
yeah.
You're on the outside here.
Yeah. Oh. Man.
Yeah, what a transition.
But they do serve a purpose. Let them get rid of the communists. Later we'll be able to control them.
We'll be able to control the Nazis.
Yeah, right.
Well thought out. I'm sure there are conversations in back rooms in America right now where people are saying the same thing.
It's so dumb.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, for as fun as this movie is, it's very dark.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
There is a very dark underbelly.
People have one people. Some have two. Some even
This is appropriate.
I like it.
Was there a strobe warning on this movie?
Right. They usually do put warnings.
Yeah.
We switch partners daily to play as we please.
I love I like it.
I like it. They like it. I can understand on her side how incredibly intoxicating this would be. I mean, she's always been poor.
Yeah.
You know, this is a hard sales pitch to say no to.
For sure. And she's a free spirit. She's having fun.
Yeah.
You can at least get out of that shirt. Try this one. Blue should be your color.
I wouldn't want to be there, though.
For sure. I mean,
That is a nice sweater.
Where's your wife now?
In Cologne. We have quite a special understanding.
Okay.
Useful at times.
Your father must be a very important man, Miss Bones.
We have the most marvelous relationship. Instant he can tear himself away, he dashes to wherever I am.
By the way, that guy's mustache blends into his face
it
way
does.
too much.
Yeah. You have to look closely.
It looks weird.
Wait, I got one.
So this is the secret to winning the Oscars. You guys have to have a rowboat scene. That's why Godfather 2 won.
Yeah, you're right. Hopefully this one bodes better than that one.
Africa! Let's go, the three of us. Smile, Brian.
I can see how this would get old for Brian, too. You know? Stop
Yeah.
telling me to smile.
Right.
He wants to take us to Africa.
Yeah, I would just be like, you know what? You guys go. I'm out.
Sure.
Oh, come on, please. More, please.
I feel like if I was in a relationship where I all of a sudden was the third wheel, I'd be like, we're done. Just me.
Yeah, me too. But, like, you know, what's so interesting about this movie is it's so progressive in that way.
No, it is, for sure.
In terms of, like, open relationships.
Yeah, but he's not into it.
No.
Yeah, I have no problem with that as long as everybody's on board, and Brian is definitely not on board. God. There it is.
Yeah.
Very much like Schitt's Creek.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, it's like that guy.
Yeah. I think it was Jake.
Jake?
It was Jake. Yeah.
Yeah.
If Brian decides he's in, then it's all good.
I feel better about it now because of the inclusion.
Right. Yeah, I do too.
Sally, champagne?
This guy drinks a lot of champagne.
Yeah. What the garden?
Sally is an endearing child.
Okay.
That is like a gesture of acceptance, right?
For sure. There's a lot being said right now.
There is, yep. By the end of this, they may both abandon her.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The stag in the forest runs free.
Wow.
I am 17, going on 18.
To me.
Boy, you
I was right. I called that. Yeah.
Yes, you did. As soon as I saw the collar, I was
Yeah.
like, here we go.
This song is called The Wrong Side of History. God, that's ominous, isn't it?
No, it
Tomorrow
doesn't.
Belongs to Me.
Yeah.
The others who were singing don't look like they're wearing the same uniform.
Good. Well,
Oh, okay. Now we're getting like joining in is what
yeah,
we're getting.
That's great storytelling.
It is,
Great
yep.
storytelling.
Eesh. I wonder how the people of Germany feel about this movie.
They probably find it deeply tragic, you know?
They just had their election where they strongly rejected the Nazi Party again.
Good.
Strongly.
Good.
Yeah.
You still think you can control them?
There it is. I honestly, when we were coming into this, I did not expect a prescient political statement that we're getting here
I was
at
going to
all.
say at the end it is very prescient.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Now I know that you love me. I know you are an honest man who would never, never lie to me.
I beg of you, marry me.
I can't. Don't you see what is happening in Germany today?
Yep.
I'm a Jew. You are not.
maybe get married and get out of Germany.
Yeah.
Where they're getting
Let's get
good.
let's get your money and let's go live anywhere else.
Yeah.
Let's gotta leave
Get out of
Europe.
Europe, yeah.
Yep.
I told Schneider we'd be gone for at least 2 months, maybe more. I know I've handled Max brilliantly and all. I mean, it would be funny, wouldn't it, if he asked me to become the next Baroness von Hoyne in Regensburg?
For God's sake, I wish you could hear yourself sometimes. Ludicrous little underage femme fatale. You're about as fatale as an after-dinner mint.
Oh my God.
That's a line.
Yeah.
You can't stand Maximilian because he's everything that you're not.
I think it's the opposite.
Yeah.
Screw Maximilian.
I do.
Yeah, we know. That's not a surprise.
So do I.
Yeah. There it is.
Yep. Yeah, you're not perceptive.
It just sucks that this is how they have to find out. Like, this wasn't
Sure.
like a conversation that has happened before.
We're dating the same guy.
Yeah.
You two bastards!
I think you're all on the same level here.
Helfen Sie den Parteigenossen.
Your paper and your party are pure crap, sir.
Careful.
Good for you, but you're playing with fire.
Yeah. They've already beaten one guy to death in this movie. Yeah. Yeah.
Worth it.
Probably worth it.
Yeah.
I hear you took on the entire Nazi party single-handed.
These guys need to leave this place.
Yeah.
Dear Sally and Brian, but family affairs make it imperative for me to leave for Argentina immediately. Oh, he also sent this. 300 marks.
I feel like things are gonna the cabaret itself is gonna end badly because of where we are historically.
Yeah. This is very progressive thinking, and then, yeah, Nazis are going to come and be like, no, this is over.
Artists, performers, homosexuals, the Nazi party was not down.
No.
Yeah, here it comes. Is this like Crystal Knots? Oh my God.
Damn it, I'm gonna have a baby!
Oh.
Didn't see that coming.
Look at the posters on the wall.
Yep.
Whose is it?
I don't know! The doctor I went to said he'll do it. There goes my fur coat.
That kind of procedure back then is risky, right?
I have no idea. I mean, all surgeries were riskier in the 30s than they are now.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I would like to marry you.
I guess that's a different solution.
Yeah.
With this spiked prairie oyster, ivy wed.
Spiked prairie oyster. No thanks.
God. It's like throw alcohol in it with the Worcestershire and raw egg.
My college at Cambridge. I absolutely love it there.
No. I guess babies love you automatically, don't they?
Well, that's a sad line, isn't it?
They don't have much of a choice.
Probably is yours.
We'll see if it has a really weird mustache when it comes out.
Yeah. Sweet.
It is. Spider-Man me, Brian. It's a great shot.
Yeah, it is.
If all the Jews are bankers, then how can they be communists too?
So, if they can't destroy us one way,
Propaganda's working.
Yeah, it is.
they try the other.
But you read it every day in the Völkische Beobachter.
That ridiculous Nazi tripe.
International conspiracy of Jewish bankers and communists.
God, people still say that crap today.
It's
The New World Order.
insane to me.
Yeah.
I am a Jew.
Oh.
How'd you manage that?
Well, it says in my paper's religion, Protestant.
Maybe he should have told her that little very important detail.
Yeah, honesty is important in marriage.
I tell you what she does if I tell her no. She kicks me out into the streets.
Anyway, what have you got to lose?
She kicks me out into the streets. All my friends here I'm a Jew. They kick me out into the streets.
Does he know that she's Jewish?
Yeah,
Okay.
she's very Jewish. As far as like being honest about
yeah,
it.
I guess he just said that too. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, guys. Yeah.
What a coward am I.
I hope they have a happy ending at least.
Somebody in this movie needs to.
Gosh.
If you could see else through my eyes.
The teeth.
It's a good costume. It looks like Planet of the Apes level.
Why don't they leave us alone?
Because that's not the world we get to live in.
No, it's not.
Why can't the world leben und leben lassen? Live. She wouldn't look Jewish at all.
Wow, that was a great line.
Yeah, powerful.
Keep in mind, she's had a bad day.
She's going through it, man.
Yeah.
I think they left.
They very well could have left. Gotten the message.
Yeah.
Oh, no, okay.
I'm a Jew.
Nice. Okay, good. Yeah.
Kedas,
Moshe,
Moshe.
Ve'Yisrael.
She's beautiful.
She
Happy for
is.
these guys.
Yeah.
Get out where the getting's good.
It's frustrating. It's like, why aren't you people leaving Germany? You see the writing on the wall. But the reality is people probably didn't.
Got about 7 years. And then
Right, till like 38 before.
Poland.
That's before they started invading other countries, I guess. The worst of it could have started way before.
Sure.
Your life and my life solved in one fell swoop, and all by the baby.
That's never the case.
Right.
It'll be a most strange and extraordinary baby, won't it?
And now she's wondering, whose baby?
Right. Quite a shot.
I'm not sure if that kid in the stairs was like actually a kid. Is that all in her head, do you think?
I feel like it was real, but I think it had her thinking about being a parent. I would guess.
Sure.
Darling, would you mind awfully seeing if there's a bit of brandy left?
Okay, Crystal knocked wasn't until 38.
Where's your fur coat?
Oh, okay.
Why?
Why don't you just hit me?
I don't think he wants to hit you. I think he's upset.
You wanted it. I suppose Max Reinhardt did show up at the club. That is, of course, if you went to bed with him.
Now, darling, would you be an angel and just let me get some sleep? I'm self-centered, inconsiderate, and I have this infantile fantasy that one day I'll amount to something as an actress. How soon would it be before we started hating each other? I really do love you.
I think you do love me.
I think I'll sleep a while.
That about sums it up right there for her.
Yeah.
It's a long trip.
Yes.
So are they still going to Cambridge? Or is he just going?
Darling, I'd love to come down onto the platform with you and wave a tiny white handkerchief.
Okay, so he's going back.
I'll see you.
I don't know if they'll ever see each other again.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
Fräulein Sally Bowles!
Okay.
Come to the cabaret. I used to have this girlfriend known as Elsie. Life is a cabaret, old chum.
It's fantastic.
Yes. She is a performer.
Absolutely.
Even the orchestra is beautiful.
Nice reprisal to the beginning.
Yep.
Well, it's a sinister score, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Oh, nice.
It's haunting.
Yeah, it is.
Auf Wiedersehen. A bientôt.
Wow.
Yeah, just so abrupt. Yeah, look at that. Oh my God. That is haunting. Who's in the crowd there?
Yeah.
It's all Nazis.
Oh my God.
That is so creepy.
Yeah. What a
Wow, what
way
an
to end
ending.
that film.
Yeah,
They did not look amused, did they?
No. I was wondering about the last 10 minutes, honestly, is like, are we going to see this the societal crumble? We don't.
It's more of an implication, right?
Right.
Because obviously this is 40 years after that, and
right, but we know it's coming, right? They're in freaking Berlin in the 30s. We know how it ends for the Cabaret. We know how it ends for everybody there. We know how it ends for so many people.
And we kind of knew that from the beginning too.
Well, you do. I mean,
which is a real.
Right. It's like as soon as you see you see Berlin 1931, it's like, well, we're about 7 years away from all of this blowing up. And I just wasn't sure if they were actually going to address it in the film, or if it's just one of those things you just know is going to happen, or if it's a part of what we're going to see. And clearly, it was a way more significant part of the movie than I thought it was going to be.
Right. I didn't realize this was going to be like a World War II film. You know what I mean? Not really, but it's in the
build up to it.
Yeah.
Right.
But no, you're right. Like it's we didn't see it, but we got word of it, and it also is all about the implication of it, right? There's a lot of restraint in that.
There was a lot of restraint, but I mean, like I said, the movie was largely like, we're trying to live this frivolous, you have an American expatriate, you have a British expatriate, you're trying to live this life, and just the storm is rolling in, and at the end you see it's there.
Yeah.
God, that was dark, and again, very, very prescient.
Very prescient, which I was not expecting.
The conversations of like, well, I read it, so clearly it's true, and I'm like, you're reading propaganda and buying it. Welcome to America in 2025. That's what we do. We read propaganda and we buy it,
which is so freaking insane to me.
Yeah,
it's
like
the fact that Nazis are back.
Yeah, I
what?
Know. It is. Oh no, it's a Roman salute.
Literally, I feel like we're living in an idiocracy sometimes.
We are, for sure.
But outside of the political statement of the film, which I, by the way, thought was fantastic. I love how they handled that. The relationship aspect of it as well. I was not expecting that whatsoever.
No.
This being the 70s too. The 70s were quite daring for filmmaking.
Sure.
And, obviously we get into the 80s and it gets really conservative again. And then like the 90s is when it kind of comes back. I loved every second of this film. And
it was great. It was
mature themes and how they handled things.
Yeah, it was everything was handled well. It was visually beautiful. It was so dark. Nobody except probably Michael really gets a happy ending. I mean,
but he's still in Europe. You know what I mean? It could be dark for him.
He's
going to
England. I mean, maybe he either enlists or a bomb falls on his head. But for the most part, at least he's out of that.
Yeah.
Not to mention the fact he's not really a target other than being British.
Yeah.
As opposed to like the guy that was passing as being a Protestant comes out as Jewish so he can marry the girl that he loves, and it's like, well, we know how this ends. Not great.
At least they get married.
Right.
It's up for interpretation. Hopefully they can make it out. You know what I mean?
Right. They're rich. Maybe they leave, but
yeah.
I don't think anything was supposed to feel hopeful in this movie at all. So
Sure, right.
I'm not looking at like, okay, something works out for somebody. I think the idea is this comes along and it doesn't work out for anybody. The Nazi Party didn't work out for anybody.
No, it didn't. That's very on the nose for the 70s too.
Right.
Is a lot of movies ended darkly. This like we said in the beginning, Bob Fosse won Best Director, beating Coppola. The Godfather is The Godfather. We're not going to sit here and bloviate on that because we've said a million things with The Godfather. Who hasn't? But if it wasn't him, I'm glad it was Fosse.
No, this was great. I don't have a problem with it. I just think that, obviously in the moment, the Oscars are the Oscars,
Sure.
And you don't really know an impact a movie's going to have until 10, 15, 20 years later.
Sure.
Right? Citizen Kane didn't win anything. I have not seen it, but I do know it's considered one of the greatest films of all time.
It is.
So clearly it should have been one of the greatest films of the year, right? What was it, 42?
41.
No, 41.
Orson Welles' first movie too.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, I don't usually get too worked up over Oscars simply because there's a historical context,
Doesn't really mean anything ultimately.
So, I mean, as long as it's a great movie, like I don't agree Forrest Gump should have won Best Picture in 1994, and I didn't at the time. I thought Pulp Fiction was the best movie that year. But Forrest Gump is still a great movie, so it doesn't bother me.
Sure.
This isn't a Green Book or Crash situation where a really undeserving movie got recognized.
And this was a stacked year. Deliverance was on the bill as well.
Right, yes.
You know what I mean? And that's also one of the greatest films of all time.
The 70s are every year is stacked. Every year is
For
stacked
sure.
in the 70s.
And I think that if anybody who was getting into film or likes filmmaking or is a fan of The Godfather that had been kind of put off by this movie because it beat it in director, no, give this movie a shot. Watch this movie, because I know me for the longest time I didn't watch it because I was like, The Godfather, you know what I mean?
Sure.
And that's dumb. I should have watched this years ago, but I'm glad that we got to watch it here, and I'm glad I got to watch it with all of you guys because I thoroughly enjoyed this, and I think it's a very important film.
Yeah, it was so much. I did not expect the dark tone of it at all.
I didn't either. I thought it was going to be like an old school musical.
Right. Like I said, I actually watched a stage production, the Alan Cumming one, 20-something years ago. I don't remember anything except that Alan Cumming was in the opening number. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that guy from that thing. You know what I mean?
Spy Kids.
Right, yeah, exactly. And so I didn't remember any of this. I'm sure I wrote a really bad paper and barely paid attention because I didn't want to be there.
Well, also, speaking of the MC, he didn't have a scene in the movie outside of the stage.
Right.
He did. I don't think he had a single line of dialogue that wasn't in a musical number.
Sure.
That's really good too.
Yeah.
I really liked that, and I thought his performance was.
Yeah, he was kind of like
fantastic.
a framing device, really, for the story. He's like a tone.
And his face too is going to stick with me. Very, very expressive face.
Yeah.
The images from this movie, I'm going to be thinking about forever.
The imagery was really strongly on display here. Really, really haunting, strong stuff.
And that final shot too, man.
Yeah, that final shot was haunting.
That's
that was
gotta be
beautiful.
In contention for one of the best shots of that decade.
Yeah, that's one of those things when you see it, you're like, you know exactly what it's from and exactly what it's doing.
Yeah, and I love how that paired with the opening shot of the film. We were like, oh, what is that? And then like the way it comes back around.
Right.
Just a marvelous film.
The change from the beginning where the refraction is of the performers, and to the end where it's of the audience and who's in the audience and what's in the audience. Oh.
And that's the restraint of the storytelling, right?
Mm-hmm.
It goes big when it has to, and then like as far as that goes, it's like, yeah, we're just gonna show you as much as you need to know, and then you can put the rest together.
All right. Well, thanks so much for being here, guys. Thanks again, Jeff, and we'll catch you soon on the next one.
See ya.